Hello Taurus, welcome back to my channel. This is a reading for the 11th until the 17th of January. Let's see what's coming on for you this week. If love shows up, it shows up, and sometimes it's not just about that, but every other part of your journey. So let's see what's coming on for Taurus. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And also, if you're not a subscriber, tap the button, hit the bell. Just remember, these are general. If you like a personal reading with me, that information is in the description box. But okay, so romantic partner does show up for Taurus. Okay, all of a sudden it became about love really quick. So let's see, awakening your true self. So there is a partnership that comes into your life, or that you are already experiencing this awakening to yourself. So there can be an experience or somebody that comes in that you really get to see yourself through within this romantic partner, because everyone is a mirror and a projection of you. So this is saying that there is an aspect of you that is being awakened through a connection. We will be doing clarifiers on all of these things, but as I'm again seeing this is when you're beginning to see your own natural beauty and identity. And sometimes we see that in another person, or somebody comes in and sees that beauty within you. So it's just telling you to trust these energies right now, because the old self is emerging and there's a new self that is coming in. And again, I will be doing clarifiers on that, but I'm seeing within this romantic partner, can this be, I don't like to talk about old partners coming back or partners coming in, but with this, the old self is leaving, right? Because your new identity is coming in. And this card is normally a card that talks about a new romance that's coming in your way. So, but sometimes it does talk about a revival of an old romance. We will see which card that comes on this, and let's see what is going to be saying with the rest of the cards, and we'll come into this, is it old? Is it new? And, I like dealing with new energies rather than the old returning, because if the old is gone, it is for a reason. A lot of people have been getting this, a lot of signs, the Two of Angels, which talks about fears. And here at the bottom of the deck, I do have shadow, fear, which this is the devil. So, all right, Taurus, let's see. There's a decision. All of a sudden, I am just picking up that this is a return of somebody from the past. So somebody that may have taught you quite a bit about yourself, showing you your own shadow, showing you what it was that you were to see within yourself. So sometimes we come into relationships, we have contracts. People come in, they're not meant to last a lifetime, but every relationship that comes in to show you an aspect of yourself that you have not seen, but you see it through the projection of another. And this card is now saying that there is a return. Also, can you be getting tempted by an old love that is coming back towards you? Because the shadow card talks about the card of temptation. It talks about the things that hold you in prison. So this is also your fears. This is also about the things that have been controlling you, any obsessions or addictions that fall within this. It is asking you right now with the Two of Angel to bring balance and to harmony. So could that been a relationship that threw you out of balance and out of harmony? And hence, this is a card of fear. It says right here, but fear can really take you in a different direction. So is it fear that you're experiencing? What is the fear? This really is the card that says the shadow within you is still tied up, and it is tied up in fear. What within you are you not seeing? What darkness is there within you? What have you created? What story are you telling yourself? Are you in any kind of rage? Is there any kind of revenge with this card? This is repressed sexuality when this card comes up. But this card is asking you to really see it, because it's destructive. It's a destructive habit. It can be a destructive, toxic relationship. So what is it that you need to make a decision on? Because one more time, I'm going to say, in my own experiences in dealing with things that were toxic or unhealthy, it just showed where I was vibrating. So where have you been vibrating? But out of that, I found my true self. So it's asking you, can you take the shadow and shine the light on it and make a decision to come into alignment with your true self? And this brings in the new partner, okay? If that old partner is what you desire and that old partner is tempting and addictive and obsessive and very fear-based and unhealthy, why would you want that old partner back? So that is a question you may want to ask yourself. Okay, so let's see what is coming on for Taurus. And this could also be addictions, alcoholism, could be anything that goes with this. Okay, so really look at your mental. So we have a lot of mental energy. We have the card of school. Look at that. That is absolutely beautiful when the card of school comes out, because it says examine your beliefs about being tested. And then I do have the card of computer. So it says upgrade your mental software. Again, I'm going to say it. So when the devil comes up in a reading, it is saying here with the shadow, what are your beliefs? You know, what do you think about relationships? If this is about relationships, you know, what are your thoughts about relationships? Do you feel that relationships leave and they come back to test you? Yeah, sometimes they do. They come back to see where you're at. If you have forgiven, if you're still in anger, if you're still in resentment, but it does not mean they come back to test you to see, you know, if you want to repeat something. Sometimes it does say that, but it's time for you now to get a new belief system when this card is showing up, because this is now saying it is time for you to see life. The tests in life are here to actually help you activate. It's what is it that you're bringing in? This is about learning. It's about learning about your life. The dreams are just reflections. The relationships are all reflections that come in, and they're all here, yes, to test to see where you are within your own vibration. But they're all here to help you. They're not here to hurt you, because when you're being tested with the devil, you're carrying a heavy backpack of old beliefs, a heavy backpack on what you think relationships are. So really examine yourself in regards to relationships and in regards to your beliefs when it comes to relationships. It's time for you to get a new understanding based on your own authenticity, based on your own truth. But this truth of yours comes something from the inside, from your own experiences, not from the things that you have been taught that have been fear-based. So let's see what is coming on for awakening to your true self. Let's see the card that comes out with the Light Seers deck. We're going to start clarifying each one of these cards. That is too many. I'm going to put those back. And let's see which card wants to come out for Taurus. I'm going to take this, Temperance. So I'm seeing that relationships, you could have had a relationship with a Sagittarius, does not have to be, but Temperance in its reversal talks about being out of harmony, being out of balance. And this is saying it's time for you to bring the masculine, feminine energies within yourself. So there's an imbalance within when you get in relationships. There's an imbalance that happens to you, but that imbalance was what was needed. That was one of the tests. So partnerships come in, and if you're putting all your energy in a partnership and you're forgetting about yourself and your own creativity and your own needs and your own wants, what you're doing is you're throwing yourself out of harmony. You're compromising your energy. And this is saying it's time to bring harmony and balance to yourself, because this is seeing yourself, what happens to you when this energy shows up. So let's see. Here we have the card of Death. So the Death card, Scorpio energy, it is saying it is time for you to make a decision to leave the past behind, to transform yourself. The Death card is a card that says it's time to let go of what? Of the ego. Here is with the shadow. So when there's a death of the ego, the decision is saying it is a time for you to let go of maybe relationships of the past and how you saw yourself within them, because they've brought you to a place of authenticity, and you got to see how you throw yourself out of harmony, out of balance. But fear of change, there's fear of change, could also be something that you're really looking at. Maybe somebody's coming back and you're fear that it won't change, or you have a fear to go back to it, and if you do, then it's going to repeat. You have to trust yourself. If you were thrown out of harmony, if your own authenticity was at risk here in a certain relationship, Why would you go back to that? Instead, look at the lessons that it brought you to where it brings you to a place of harmony and transformation after you let go of the fear of change in the ego and the old habits that come together with that. With the School card, let's see the card that wants to come out. And I will just take, okay, you're not answering the call when the Hierophant card shows up. The Hierophant card is also talking about, are you wanting to reconcile with the past? Or you're not reconciling with the past. So when this card comes up, it is about answering the call. This is about really coming into that place of knowing the truth of yourself and what you're here to do. The Hierophant is marriage. So some of you there can be a divorce here. There can be a separation here, but there's fear. There's fear in letting that go. And this is saying, again, checking your beliefs when it comes to commitment. There's a fear of commitment or letting somebody go or committing to someone. And here, let's see the next card out. We have truth, clarity, the Ace of Swords, the things that need to be cut out. There's some things that really came into light when it came to partnerships. And this is saying you're receiving messages. And this is about truth and integrity, being really honest with yourself. With the card of fear, the shadow, I will pick, again, out of balance, out of harmony. Somebody was taking too much of your energy. So this is saying you're really seeing, I have two cards here that are symbolizing being out of balance, being out of harmony, and really, there was no give and take here. So it's a time for you to transform this energy. With the card of computer, the card that comes out, Wheel of Fortune. So in reverse, Wheel of Fortune in reverse is an unfortunate sign. And it's saying if you don't answer the call here, you're not allowing the wheel to turn. This is refusing to see it's time to turn a cycle. It's time to turn a belief. It's time to turn your mental hardware into something new. Stop thinking the old way and thinking that you can do things differently. You can't do things differently with the same mindset. So it's time for you to allow this shift to turn. There's something that you're still not seeing. And it's here saying, we have cards of being out of balance, out of harmony, death of the ego, looking at your own addictions, your own belief system, how you see your marriage. If you feel like you're being tested, are you testing your own commitments? What are you not allowing to turn within your life right now? And I will just put another card on that. That's too many. So I will take this card. And Four of Wands. This is about your home, your connection. Again, it's funny, in the beginning I said it's not a love reading, and it pretty much turned out to be one. The Four of Wands is about celebration. This is about unity, coming together. Some people like to call it that twin flame connection. And if it is, you two were meant to come in so you can really learn from each other and raise your vibration. But here you're not seeing something. There's something, you're not answering the call. So whoever that you're dealing with or your own energy, it is telling you to really see that. The Four of Wands card, this is the card of divine connection, divine timing. And some of you can be coming into that when you allow the wheel to turn and you let go of your past relationships and your past thoughts and your past connections by bringing harmony and balance with yourself and bringing a death of the ego and facing your fears instead of keep looking at them as though they have such a hold on you. Okay, so let's see with the Flower of Life, the card that wants to come out. And I will take this card. So let's see. We have Wish at the bottom of the deck. And then this card says, not what you expect. Today, you may not be able to see or feel the wonderment of you. A limited belief or pattern, or you can't make this up. Look at that. You hold within you is covering up the truth of you. I mean, seriously. Capricorn, I'm sorry, I don't know why I said Capricorn, probably because of that energy. So let's read this. Someone or something will enter your life and reflect back to you the wonderment and truth of you. It may be disguised as something you don't like, for we are well trained in noticing that irks us. What irks us? But note that at the heart of all experience is love. So let all come to you. You are safe. Don't resist anything. And use your free choice and will to focus on what makes you feel good. You're on your way to feeling the marvelous wonderment of love. You cannot make this up. I mean, here it is. Take a picture, read it later. Sending you much love, much light. Namaste.